All right, we're going to have a first go at our template here. And to tell you the truth, I don't even know if it's going to work 100% the way that I'm hoping, but some of us need help with page numbers and formatting. And so this is a first go at it. And let me show you how to use it and what a template does for you if you're not aware of that. So I have the template open here, and the first thing you're going to need to do is actually just simply save it, because a template is a special kind of document and you want to save it as a Word, regular old Word document. So I don't know if you can see it on the screen recording, but I'm going to go up to File, Save As, and then see right now it's this .dotx, which is a template file. So I'm going to change it to just a regular Word document .docx file. And then I'm going to change it from dissertation template to my dissertation. I think I spelled that correctly. So now I've saved it as a regular Word document. Just click Save. And now it's just a regular old Word document, but it has some special features that you need to know about. First of all, I've just simply stuck some things in here. Obviously, this is not your title, so you'll have to just delete this and put in your title and your name and the correct year if you're not graduating in 2025, or if you're not submitting this in 2025. And you're going to update all of these things. There's a table of contents here, and I just put in, sample sections here, but you're going to add your own. Of course, participants would not be in the introduction. It would be probably research problem would probably be what you put there. In any case, for the introduction and for actually all of these, I did this one wrong because according to our manual, you're only supposed to do this second level heading after the chapter. So these are actually level 3 headings, which should not go in the table of contents. So I didn't read, so I can just delete that right there, and only this level, and then all these other ones. But it is possible to do lower level ones, but we're just going to delete that because I'm going to follow the manual better than I did before. All right, and then I guess I should delete these two. All right, let me get to the more important part. In any case, so we've got our list of figures with the correct page number, list of tables, correct page number, and then we get to the introduction. And all of this text here is just sample text, and so what you're going to want to do is you're going to need to highlight it and get rid of it, and then put in your own text. So one thing that happens, and let me just show you this. So here's chapter 2. So a lot of times what happens when I highlight this text to get rid of it, let me see here. I'm going to highlight everything all the way up to introduction, right? Just bear with me, guys. It'll all be worth it, I hope. All right, so then if I delete that, oh, then it worked perfectly. And then we have chapter 2 right there. Sometimes what happens to me is that when I delete all of this, I accidentally also delete the page break, and then I'll just show it on another time. All right, so I deleted that, and now I have chapter 1 right here, and I have now a blank chapter that I can add stuff to. So I'm sure you didn't write using ChatGPT, but I'm just going to go and borrow some text from ChatGPT because it's faster than writing it all myself. And I'm just going to paste it in here as if it's my introduction. Now, right now, this doesn't look right. It's not double spaced. When you paste something in, I would strongly recommend choosing keep text only, because then it doesn't keep any formatting with it. Now, here's the weird thing. It thinks that it's the chapter title kind of text. So what we need to do is highlight that text, and we want it to be body paragraph. And you notice up here, I have this body paragraph style. If I click on it, then it formats it all automatically into body paragraphs. So you just paste it in, and whatever it looks like, but then highlight it and select body paragraphs, and then it will look correct. Now you notice when I pasted it in, it added spaces between the paragraphs, so I'm going to need to delete those, unless of course I need to add like some kind of a heading. So if I want to add a heading, like for example, background to the problem, there's my heading. Now all I need to do is go up. Now according to our manual, chapter titles are level 1 headings. So I just need to go over here and click on level 2 heading, and it automatically formats it as a level 2 heading. If I want to add a level 3 heading, let's say that let's see right here. See, I'm just going to go right here, and I'm going to type in, this is another great heading, whatever the name of your heading is that you're going to put, and this is going to be a level 3 heading. That one's not visible here, so if you click down, you can look at all your options. Here's level 2, and then here's level 3. And it just moves it over and makes it just perfect, just the way it should be, just like that. So you don't have to like format your headings. You just write the words that you want. Heading right here, and then you highlight it and you choose whatever level you need, and you click on it, and then it'll do that right for you. Now, if you are creating a block quote, let's say that this right here is a block quote. What you can do is you can, well, you first of all just going to put it on its own line, right? Because block quotes are separate, and I'm just going to make it longer because block quotes are usually long. And there's our block quote, let's say. Now, if you highlight the section that's supposed to be a block quote, and then we have a block quote style. So you click on that style, and it automatically formats it as a block quote. Of course, you're going to have to add the, whoever said it. I'll just say Piaget because it seems like he said a lot of stuff. I don't remember when exactly. Let's say 1981. That's 1801. All right, and then we'll put a page number, a fictitious page number. 23 seems like a good one. All right, in any case, that's not as important here, except to say that you can format a block quote using the block quote style option right there. And one issue that I've noticed, let me see if it's popping up here. Yes, okay, so this is why our template is not perfect yet. So this is the last page of chapter 1, and you'll notice that it's only 2 pages, which it's just because this is an example. And then we get to chapter 2, review of related literature, and then it says page 6. So this you're going to have to update manually, and I apologize. That's the best I've managed to do under this short time. So you just, I'm using the Mac version of Word, but it should work the same in any kind of computer, on a Windows computer. You double click the footer, and then you just hit backspace, delete that 6, and you add page 3. And then you double click in the body, and of course this number will need to change because as you add text, the page numbers are going to change. And so what I would do is not worry about it until right before you're going to turn it in to your professor, and then you just go through and you look at the first page of each chapter and say, okay, hey, this needs to be page 3. Just go down here and make sure it's page 3. If it's not, double click, delete, and then type in the correct number. These numbers in the top right should be correct all the time. Just the first page of the chapters is kind of funky, and I do apologize, but you can update it manually like I've just showed you. If you know a more automated way to do that, great, and I hope that when we get this going, this template a bit better, it'll automatically do it, but for now, this is the best we've got. All right, so the same issue will be here for chapter 3 methodology, I believe. So this is page 4, end of chapter 2 is page 4, and then chapter 3 is, it's jumped up to 8, right? So you just have to double click there, delete it, and just put 5. Now, sometimes what happens is, let me just try this here for a second. So let's say you're going to delete this stuff and add your own. I'll just delete it. Yeah, so you see how when I highlighted that and deleted it, then I've got this chapter 4 showing up right here. What happened is that I accidentally highlighted the page break or the section break. And if you don't know what that means, and I'm going to try to undo this. Let us see, undo typing. There we go. That's what I want to do. What that means is at the end of this chapter, even though you can't see it, right here, there is an invisible mark that says, hey, there's a page break that creates this new chapter. And when you highlight here, this highlighting also highlights that invisible kind of page break. And when you hit delete, it will delete that page break sometimes. So here's how I get around that or avoid it. What I do is I simply, this is kind of silly, but this works for me, I leave the last word and I highlight everything else. And then, so I want to get rid of everything in this section, boom. And now I still have one word left and I haven't deleted the page break, so I'm good to go. And then I just delete the last word. So and I don't highlight it, because when you highlight it, there's more of a chance of highlighting that page break. So I just use the cursor arrows and I just go here and I go delete, 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 and everything's okay. And now I can add my own text. So it's kind of a workaround, and you know, if some Microsoft professional is probably laughing at me right now, but that's how it works for me, and it can work for you that way. So let's imagine you're pasting in text from another document. I hit keep text only, and so sometimes like this text here is not tabbed correctly, so then not to worry, we can just highlight that text that we've brought in. Let's see if I can highlight everything, and then remember we're going to click on body paragraphs, and it should have made everything indented just like that. All right, so that is what you're going to do. You're going to just paste in your text here. Now, if you don't have text to paste in, you can just simply, just start typing and write your text in this document, because this is now your document. You can do whatever you want with it. One thing is you don't want to accidentally highlight that page break and delete it, because then you're really in trouble, because then you've messed up the template, and I wish it weren't that fragile at this point, but that's the way life is. Chapter 4, now for your proposal, you're going to just leave this right here. Don't delete the whole chapter, okay? I want you to leave it, and we're just gonna, so I have text in here for whatever reason, I don't know. I'm gonna do my little trick here. Get rid of this, and then we'll just go like that, and I'll just do delete that. And we'll just leave it like that. And for the proposal, we don't need chapter 4. And then after you do your data gathering, you'll just start working on this chapter. Same goes for the conclusion. You'll just get rid of, this is all just sample text. It's not really anything. And I'll just delete that. And then I'm just going to, so chapter 5 is the same way. All right. Thank you for your patience. I just wanted to show you what we got going here. All right, chapter 5. So you're going to fill this in, later for your proposal. You're just going to leave it just like this. Don't touch it. All right, the references section. These are some sample references. I don't even know if they're completely in APA style. I apologize. Looks like this one's not exactly right. Should be in a sentence case, but just to show you where the references go. If you want to add a new reference, there is a references style up here. Where is it? It says, there it is, references list right there. So you can, if you put something in here, I don't have a referenced, but let's imagine that this is a reference here. And I just put it in here. Well, it's already in the references style, but let's imagine that it's in here as a body paragraph style. And you've copied and pasted your reference. It's in the wrong style because there's no hanging indent. You just highlight the information, and then you're going to change it to reference list style, and then it creates this hanging half-inch indent, and it works great. Of course, this is not really a reference. You're going to have an author's name there and all your other information. All right, let's keep moving. And the same thing goes for the references list. You're going to update this page number at the end. So like, for example, this is page 10, so you're just going to, once you're about ready to turn in your proposal, you're just going to go through and double click on that footer and update that page. All right, let's keep moving. All right, appendix, they work the same. I simply put instrument, but you could do something else here. I think I put in 2 or 3 appendices, and the appendices have the same issue with page numbers. So the first page, you're just going to delete it and then update it like that at the end. All right, let's add it. You can add another appendix by going down here, and this is where it gets a little bit complicated, but I think you can handle it. So we're going to do insert, and in Microsoft Word for Windows it might look a little differently. We're going to insert a break, and we're going to insert a section break next page. And now you have a new page, and you're going to title it Appendix C. So let's do Appendix C. I don't know what the name will be, but something awesome here. And then you can highlight it, and you're going to change it to the chapter title style. You see that because that's what the appendices use. And then you can change it back to body paragraph style and put in your stuff here, etc., etc., and it's going to just go all in this appendix here. One thing that will happen, I think, and I'm just going to try it just to double check here. I'm going to go back to my just kind of silly text from ChatGPT, and I'm going to highlight it and copy it. Imagine you're copying stuff here, and I'm just going to go paste it in. I'm going to change it to body paragraph style, and now it goes on to 2 pages, which is what I wanted. And let's see, is it doing okay? Page 15 here, page 4, okay, page 11. This one is page 11, good. And then this one is also page 11. So what's going to happen, and just hang with me, guys. I'm going to double click on this, and if I change this to the correct number, which I think is page 14, and take it out and update that, I believe it'll change this to 14. Yes, it will. So when you add a new appendix, you're going to have to make an extra step, because right now it thinks that the page number for Appendix B should be the same as the page number for Appendix C. And I'm once again, this is one of the mysteries of Microsoft Word. So I'm going to show you. So let's see here. What page number should this be? This should be 12, and then Appendix B should be 13. So I'm just going to bring this to the correct number. Now, I'm going to scroll down to my Appendix C that I just added, and I don't want it to be 13, I want it to be 14. So I'm going to double click, and this is important. You notice right here on the right side it says same as previous. You don't want that. So up here, it's right now link to previous has been selected, and you want to unlink it. That means that now this footer can be separate from the previous footer. So now I can change it to 14, and when I change this to 14, this one stays 13 because now they're unlinked. So when you add a new appendix, you're going to have to do that second step of going down to the footer, double clicking, And remember, it used to say linked or same as previous. You're going to have to unlink it. So you're going to click unlink that link to previous. And then you can change this page number to whatever you want. All right, that's the basics of the template. I know there's a bit of issue with the page numbers, but most of the page numbers should work fine. You're just going to have to update these ones that are at the center and at the bottom of each chapter at the end when you're ready to give it to me or to your professor. I hope that's a helpful beginning for using a template. If you want to go lower than level 3 headings, so we have level 1 is the chapter heading, level 2 headings are bolded, left aligned, level 3 is bolded, italicized, left aligned. Level 4 headings are look like this in APA. It's bolded and it's just in the first section of the first line of the paragraph, or like a first sentence there. I did not create a style for this. So if you're going to do like a level 4 heading, you're just going to type it and then bold it, but I thought you guys could handle that. And if you're going to do a level 5 heading, it goes just like this. You just type your heading, and then you're going to do bold and italicize, and that's a level 5 heading. So I was hoping you guys could handle that yourselves. All right, please let me know if you have questions about this. This is kind of our first stab at a template, and obviously we've got some work to do on it, but I wanted to get this out there to you as soon as possible so that you can start using it in case this is something that would be helpful to you. Have a great day.